Juneteenth may be a national holiday now, but long before the celebration of the historic event was widespread, Martin Luther King had his eye on Juneteenth for another reason. He wanted to send us a message, and that message is still desperately needed today. This is 2-Minute Black History, what you didn't learn in school. Martin Luther King was determined to ensure that poverty and unemployment would be addressed in the public arena. With the help of other organizations, he planned a Poor People's March on Washington. But contrary to how white people make it seem now, some of MLK's efforts were extremely unpopular. King faced pushback from other black leaders and hatred from white people. He was staunchly against the Vietnam War and wanted to focus on the economic hardships faced by poor people instead of just respectable black elites. MLK insisted the march had to happen on Juneteenth. At the time, the holiday wasn't widely recognized, but King wanted to send a message. He planned to return to the same place as his "I Have a Dream" speech. After the campaign was over and protesters dispersed, black people would again equate Juneteenth with freedom. The plan was for 50,000 protesters to flood the Capitol and remain camped there until King's plans for addressing poverty and unemployment were met. The message? Juneteenth marked freedom for black people, and while Martin Luther King wanted to remain nonviolent, he was ready to use violence to make that freedom happen. Just over a month before the march, Martin Luther King was assassinated. His choice of June 19th, however, reminds us that we must gain our freedom however we can, even if we have to resort to non-peaceful methods. In order to move towards the future, you've got to look to the past. This has been 2-Minute Black History, a podcast by Push Black. Show your support by sharing this episode on your social media and join us in amplifying Black history stories we all deserve to know.